Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of DVD Extra.
My name is G.
My name is Chris.
What the fuck is up?
That was a little too rough. I think you need to dial it down.
It's the Red Bull kicking in, man. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
It's like the tequila shots yesterday.
Ooh, yeah, that was good. Also, Top Gun.
No, we can't talk about it yet. It's gonna be in the subject. It's so good though. If you haven't seen it, like, go check that shit out. It's really
Yeah,
good.
it's pretty good. Like, it's not good, but it was neat. It did exactly what it needed to be.
It was the action sequences that we needed in our lives.
Exactly. It was the summer blockbuster that needed to happen after everything that's happened.
Like, if action sequences don't ever, like, if they don't meet that level of criteria, like, that should be the new, like, expectation of, like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And I think it's like the practical effects of that were reminding me a lot of The Dark Knight.
Okay, I can see that.
So, like, when I remember, this is like one of my favorite memories of, like, that movie is we were watching in the theaters, and when the semi like tips over, and you just see it go boo, and you see like this big ass semi like flipping over, this lady in front of me was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, that's fucking sick."
That's good. That was good. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I was pretty happy. I like practical effects. I guess is that what you would call it?
Yeah, I would say those are practical effects because they did it for real, which is pretty much that, I guess. Yeah.
I think we're getting so tired of like CGI that we can actually appreciate more when it's like, oh, someone actually did that shit.
I don't know if we're getting tired of CGI. I think a lot of the problem is CGI companies are getting too complacent with not doing a good job.
That's fair.
And us as consumers, we have such high standards now that it's almost has to be photorealistic to where we're just like, nah, that looks like shit.
Yeah, I feel like the advancement of like the technology for CGI went so high and it either plateaued or, like you said, they got lazy.
Yeah.
Or too expensive, and that's why they're just like, eh.
Yeah, and I think because everyone switched to CGI. Like, I think Jurassic Park was one of the first major movies to have like a CGI practical thing like molded together. And I think it's going to look a lot more like that. They're going to do a lot more practical effects as well as CGI stuff.
CGI is still like, it's still really good from
and
Jurassic Park.
I don't think it's like the technology is bad. I just think like they just don't have time to do it correctly.
What are some movies that have like the best scenes that are naturally?
Well, yeah, like Jurassic Park still, I wouldn't say it holds up, but it's really fucking close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I still like the CGI. I guess maybe not CGI, but like the realness of or like the practical effects of it, right? So the one that comes to mind to me was like Mad Max. Granted, they added
the new one or the old one?
The new one.
The new one.
Granted, they did add like a lot of like dust and stuff like that, but like there's people actually swinging from this shit, and you can tell.
Yeah, because they didn't do CGI like
on the cars.
Replacements. They did like CGI enhancements, I guess.
Yeah.
They just atmospheric kind of stuff, which makes it look super cool.
That was a pretty movie.
Yeah.
And I think that's hard too. I don't know if you're the same way. I watch things now in like 3 different ways.
Okay.
Like one is visually how good does it look? Audio wise, like what are they doing well? Mm-hmm. And then like the storyline.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of sad. I agree with you. Like the storyline always comes last for me now for some reason.
Yeah, because I mean honestly, sometimes the storyline is just either too forced or it's just not good.
Yeah. I guess a lot of movies are just lazy too, and I want to enjoy a movie, so I don't want to hyper focus on lazy story writing.
Yeah, but no.
Doctor Strange too.
Yeah, I will agree with that. And if you liked it, let's have some coffee and talk about why you're wrong. But
let's have some tequila and talk about it so we can fight.
Yeah. What else is there that's out there that's like oh yeah, any of the Mission Impossibles.
That's my guilty pleasure. Some people have the
yeah.
Fast and the Furious. I have the Mission Impossibles.
I've concluded that I love Tom Cruise because he will do whatever it takes to make the movie as realistic as possible.
Yeah.
And that's why even if like these movies are like they're like super cheesy, you have to appreciate the fact that this guy was actually hanging from a fucking plane on one of those.
Yeah, and like he literally like ran down a building for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that to me is so much cooler now because again, CGI just seems like, oh, we can just make this look this way and then like you just lose the sense of reality with it. And I think me as a consumer from video, I want to see a movie that seems like it's relatable or that can actually happen. Mm-hmm. So when you see actually someone do that shit, you're like, oh fuck, like that took some balls to do.
Yeah.
You know? And I think a lot of I think that's why Doctor Strange for me was kind of like,
Yeah, the CGI Doctor Strange also just looks bad. It didn't look good.
And
like some of it looked really good and some of it looked really fucking bad.
But that's also why like Iron Man was so successful because you're like, oh, like yeah, there was a lot of CGI on there, but the CGI still fit like the mode of like I can see that kind of happening, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. The MCU is going to get. We probably already talked about this, but it's probably going to get less believable because we're doing in like sorcery now. Then we're going to deal with like monsters via like Blade and Moon Knight and all that, and then like not Moon Knight, Blade and the Dark Knight. No, Black Knight. The guy with the sword.
Oh, the Jon Snow dude?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't fucking know.
But yeah, and then now we're dealing with like the
gods.
Yeah, the god aspect and all of that kind of thing. So I think it's just getting more fantastical per se. Yeah, then where like Iron Man was like a rich dude built a suit. I could see that.
I think and I think that's why directors like Tarantino, like Nolan, and anything Tom Cruise does, they are like loved and enjoy. I'll even put in what's his name, Wes Anderson.
Yeah, okay.
Because it is one of those things where like we want to make this as realistic as possible, so why not? So when you look at something like Inglourious Bastards, I love the fact like when they shoot down Hitler, you can tell it's a fake Hitler.
There's like yeah. There's like Swiss cheese's face.
Yeah. Like that one, Shutter Island. I really love that one, especially like
Brad Pitt was so good in that movie.
Not Shutter Island. Inception. Like the hallway scene, how like they actually build a rig.
Yeah, that was sick.
Or like even like Interstellar, when they actually like hired scientists to like produce a black hole, and the black hole that you're seeing in like Interstellar is like the closest thing you get
to
rendition.
No, there's a word I'm looking for. Closest simulation.
And they actually what's
closest
crazy,
simulation to a black hole that's ever been captured.
And they actually use that, like actual scientists actually use that still to like kind of have a better theory of it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even just CGI, it was like an actual like physics were put into how to make this look that way. Shit like that, like I like.
Yeah, shit like that's really cool.
Yeah, but then you have like the Aquaman, and you're just like, I don't know what's going on.
It's like, hey, if they can breathe underwater, why do they need to create an air bubble to talk?
For real.
It's like, the fuck is going on, man?
That's stupid.
It's all right. I think you know why they probably did it was because they didn't want to animate the hair,
water.
the water, the hair and all that shit floating.
Yeah.
So they're just like, yeah, we'll go in air to save some money, so we don't have to animate hair floating around.
You forget that you have to pay these people.
Yeah, I would hate to be on that movie too, because you'd have to be wet all the time, like because you're always in water, so you'd always have to be wet.
It's not a good movie either.
It's not. It's not a good movie.
Also, speaking of people from
it
water,
ruined that one song from Gary Clark Jr. That
that was Justice League.
Oh yeah, I always get those two confused. I guess they're so fucking bad.
Well, they're also both really relevant now.
Yeah, that's true, but still ruined the song.
The Come Together one?
Yeah.
The Beatles one?
Yeah, the Beatles one that he did.
That was cool until like they have him.
Yeah, it was cool until it was in the trailer or whatever.
Thanks, Josh Whedon.
Yeah, Wheaton. I still thank you for Firefly though. I still appreciate that.
Owl City?
Bruh. We have had this conversation. You're supposed to go watch Firefly.
I don't know what that is.
It's a TV show. It's awesome. It was on Fox. It aired in like the mid 2000s.
Oh, Prison Break.
Close enough. You done now? Are you done?
Yeah, I think I'm done.
Okay.
Should we get going?
Yeah, I guess.
Let's get going. Hey, thank you guys again for tuning into this. I think it was short. I don't know. We kind of ran for a little bit.
It was kind of short.
Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're, tuning in, we'll give you a shout out. Put your name in the comments section, and we'll
put your name in the hat.
Make sure we'll just talk about you the whole time, even if we don't know you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
You done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Like, subscribe, tickle bells.
Defeat Sporkus. Bye.